Hey everybody! Today I want to show you the Smith & Wesson Model 63 revolver. It has a 5-inch barrel. I'll show you here that it is unloaded. I actually don't have any ammunition around today, anywhere nearby, so won't have any accidents. This shoots .22 long rifle, and it's the first handgun I ever purchased. I bought it a couple years ago when I took my concealed pistol class. I wanted to shoot a .22 in the class since I was a beginner and it would have the least recoil and the ammo is so inexpensive to shoot. And I just fell in love with this gun in the store, and also I read a lot about it on the internet. It has a J-frame grip, so it actually fits my hand perfectly. It is really small. It's a really small grip and it's really comfortable, and the weight of it is just really nice. Stainless steel. Like I said, it's the Model 63, has a 5-inch barrel, and it holds 8 shots. And they actually came back out with this gun in 2007 in the 5-inch barrel model, because they used to have it years ago. I think it only came in a 2-inch and a 4-inch barrel then, and they stopped making it, stopped producing it. I'm not sure what year, but I read a few articles on gunblast.com about the original Model 63 and also this new one that they brought back out. I paid around $700 for it, and seriously, I love this .22. People call it a kit gun, so you can put it in your kit, your backpack, your bug-out bag, as a backup gun, or just have it with you when you don't think you're going to need a gun, but you're just tromping out in the woods. I'm not a hunter or anything, so I wouldn't go out in the woods and kill animals. But if I needed food, you know, with a kit gun you could shoot small game and throw it in your pot of soup or whatnot. And if you had a snake, you could put .22 shot in it and kill that. Or pretty much it's just great for practice, target shooting and plinking in the woods and stuff like that. I used to go out in the woods with this when I first got it and set up milk jug caps on logs and rocks and stuff and shoot it off, and it's awesome. I felt like Annie Oakley setting up little stuff and just plinking with it. It's a lot of fun. Let's see, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I'm going to turn off my camera and try to put it back on close up, see if I can show it really close up here. Okay, I'm not sure how clear you guys can see this. I've never done a review of a gun before, so I'm not really sure what to say about it. The grip is really comfortable. Like I said, it holds 8 shots. The ejector is really long, so it'll fully eject your .22 ammo. The front sight is really nice. When I first shot it, gosh, I think I put a few hundred rounds through it, and I didn't know what kind of ammo to get, so I bought Remington Thunderbolt lead round nose ammo, and boy was that a mistake. It really clogged up my barrel good. I couldn't even run my bore snake down through the barrel. I tried to drop it in and it just got stuck. There was no way of getting it through, so I called Smith & Wesson thinking something was up, but they actually specifically asked me if I had shot Remington Thunderbolts, because they said that ammo in particular is terrible for just disintegrating in your barrel and falling apart and clogging it up. They knew that, so I'm never buying Remington Thunderbolts again for any reason. You know, cheap is not always worth it. I mean, especially when .22 ammo itself, the good stuff is pretty darn cheap. You can get copper jacketed .22 ammo that's not much more than the Thunderbolts, and it works way better. It took me like a week, seriously, to clean out my barrel after that. I went and bought just a ton of lead remover stuff and worked at it a long time, but I'm really happy with it now that I know what kind of ammo to shoot. And being stainless steel, it's extremely durable. and it's easier to take care of than blued guns. And it's a double action revolver, which means you can either just pull the trigger with the heavy trigger pull, which is a really nice trigger pull, by the way. I prefer shooting it double action. It's just a really nice full trigger pull. But you can also shoot it single action by cocking the hammer back and then pulling the trigger, and then it's a really light trigger pull. You cannot cock the hammer back when the cylinder is open, and you don't dry fire this gun at all since it's rim fire. I don't want to mess up the cylinder or the gun, so no dry firing on this. But you know, if I were to shoot it single action, I would I have to use both thumbs to cock it back. I don't know, I have little hands, so maybe I'm a wuss, but and then you'd pull the trigger. But since I don't want to dry fire it, I'll just release it, you know, at the same time. So, let's see. I guess I just have to put my thumb up further is all. Then I can do it with one. So, yeah. I like the double action trigger, but I like being able to shoot it in single action as well. It does have an internal locking mechanism here if you like that. I had a custom made holster for this from Mernickel Custom Holsters. I don't know how to say that. Mernickel, I don't know. But it's a field carry holster. I think it was the FC4, their field carry 4, because it's got a retention strap on it. It's got an open bottom, and it has a slide on for my belt, and man, it's just the perfect holster for this kit gun, because you know, the only place I really take this gun is the range or out in the woods. It's not a concealed carry gun by any means, so yeah, it takes me a little bit to get it clipped on there, but fits in there great. Slides right on the side of my belt. I have it a straight drop, so I just put it right on my side, so it's right there as I'm going through the woods. Obviously, when you're playing around, when you're in the woods with your gun and target shooting, you know, you always have to know what's behind what you're shooting at, and I always have a backstop. You know, I'll put stuff in front of trees or in front of a log, or, you know, make sure there's nothing behind at all. So, yeah, it fits great in there. You just unsnap that to get it out. And maybe sometime I'll get a semi-auto 22, but I love the simplicity of revolvers. I just love them, and I think it's a beautiful gun. You know, I don't know if guys care so much on having a pretty gun, but I just think it's beautiful. I mean, not to say that my LCR is ugly, but I like the shiny stainless steel, and yeah, I just think it's gorgeous. And that's about it.